Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a video on rejection blocks and how you can use it for the best entries possible. They will give you the best risk rewards and honestly will change your whole trading game. So without further ado, let's get into it. Couple things that you're looking for, all right? Rejection blocks, it's going to be a wick. You want it to be a normal size wick, okay? You want it to follow order flow. You want it to respect high time frame PD arrays. And you want it to reject from going lower or higher, whatever the opposing trend is. All right, it must be the most recent wick. Okay, it can't be like a wick from yesterday or something random. And then SMTs give the rejection blocks confirmation. Okay, boom. All right, so here we have, right, down here is discount of the range. We're trending higher, so we want to look for an entry down here in the discount area below 50%. All right, we then see price say it manipulates into a fair value gap down here, a high time frame fair value gap. Okay, and then you see price break structure to the upside and then continues back higher. Okay, down here, say we leave a wick, and I'll show you what the wick's gonna look like, but we'll just say in this black space. All right, it's gonna be a wick. This is the bottom of the wick. Say this is the body of the wick. Price comes in, respects that area. All right, you're gonna take the entry off that and then target the high, whatever. And then your stop loss is gonna be at the bottom of the wick, so very tiny. All right, and I'm gonna show you right now on the live market just a good example of a rejection block. I can see one right here. Okay, so as you can see, we are currently trending higher. We kind of retraced here. Boom, we're gonna continue upwards. Okay, we came into some high time frame PD array. Boom, boom, respecting it. All right, so this, let's say going into this day, boom, let's just mark the yellow, market open. So this yellow line is going to be market open for New York session. What do we see here though? On the 5 minute, we have a perfect rejection block here. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Focusing on this yellow space, or let me make it yellow. That's not yellow. All right, just this yellow space here. Okay, this wick here is going to be your rejection block. All of this, why? Because it's rejecting from this PD array here. Okay, we came into 50%. We came into this order block. Um, I believe on the 15 minutes, some fair value gap, right? But we're respecting this. Okay, we're respecting 50%. As you can see from here, we reject and then move higher, break structure, right? From here, market opens. Okay, so let's just dive down a little bit. All right, so diving into the 1 minute, right? This is that rejection block. On the 1 minute, this is also the order block. All right, so that just kind of gives you double confirmation. You see that price at market open manipulates higher. It sweeps this high. Okay, so then come lower and manipulate lower into the rejection block. This is the 5 minute rejection block here, this yellow box. So ideally, we would look for this to respect the rejection block, right? We put our low below here. Since this is the rejection block, this is a protected low, so we wouldn't want price to break below this. Okay, it already respected 50% of the range, came into a fair value gap, respected a order block. Okay, so this should be a protected low. So boom, we shoot higher, sweep sweep the high at market open to then come lower. Okay, boom, we see price coming lower. We see it come into the rejection block. Now you can wait for a candle closure, so you can see price that it comes in, it wicks through here, it doesn't take out the low, it's respecting the rejection block. Then we close higher, and then another candle opens, right? And then we still close higher. From there we shoot higher. So you can take the entry somewhere here, somewhere down here with your stop loss at the low, right? So we're only risking 22 points to potentially make 90 points. Okay, and yeah, this is probably what the entry is going to look like, because after that, right, then we get the inverse for value gap, then we get, right, the break of structure, and then the retrace to tap, and then so this is gonna give you the beginning of the whole move, the reversal or the continuation. This is gonna be like the first entry, rejection blocks, okay? Because after that, everything follows. We get, the rest of whatever. So rejection blocks, they're more aggressive because you're entering a little early, right? But you're entering with the tight stop, so it doesn't really matter. And then you're gonna get the best RRs. So you could have targeted this high, or you could have targeted freaking all this high. Like all this is crazy. Like what time is this? So yeah, if you held this throughout that whole New York session, you could have targeted these highs up here, these equal highs, and then that would have been for 150 points. So this would have been a 6R trade. Super crazy, right? But that's pretty much it for the rejection blocks. Um, what's not a rejection block? I'm gonna say don't go against order flow. Okay, don't use a random one like this right here. This tiny little box or this tiny little wick is not a rejection block. Um, the wick's too small, right? We want something that's like this. That's a nice clean rejection block there inside of 50% of this range, okay? Right? So, yeah, don't go against order flow. It needs to be a nice wick, right? We don't want a huge wick, a huge news wick or something random. Um, And then what else? I think that's pretty much it. Just make sure it follows order flow and that it's in 50% of the range. But other than that, man, that's pretty much it.